Hi, in this video we're going to work with this image, and you'll be able to download it underneath this video and follow along with me. But basically what I want to do is cut out this image of this girl, and then we're going to fill in the background and animate it inside the editor. So what you want to do is simply click on the select object button over here and just start drawing around the edges of this girl. And yeah, you just want to go as close to the edge as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect because we can use the blurring inside the editor to smoothen it out. What I'm going to do is just go through and quickly add these points around her, and then I'll connect them together and we can go on to the next step. Alright, so I've just connected the dots now, and what you can do then is with your object selected, just give your object a name. So I'm going to call this one Lady, like this, and yeah, that looks really good. So what we can do now is go to the next step. And what I'm going to do is start cloning the background. So with this start cloning button, we can simply select that, and you're about to see I've got this circle here. If I just bring up the radius a lot, you're about to see it's a lot bigger. So depending on the image that you're using, you probably want to use a bit smaller of a radius. But with this one, because the background's quite simple, I guess, we can use a much bigger selection. So I'm going to adjust the hardness slightly, and yeah, that should be good. So what I'm going to do is hold down Control and left click to select this part, and I'm just going to move it over slightly. And you'll be able to see when I click, it fills in that background part. So yeah, we've got a really nice looking background. And we can select, I want to select over this side as well, so I'm just going to simply Control left click and bring it over like this. And that's looking quite good. And you really just want to take your time and make sure that you've got it looking quite good. Like with the white snow, it's quite easy to clone that, so I'm just going to select that and then bring it over like this. And yeah, as I said, like depending on the image that you're working with, you want to take a bit more time. This one's quite a simple one, and it worked really well with this animation. So I'm going to go also up here and just grab that, bring this down slightly. Maybe something like this. Okay, cool. And yeah, I'm just going to quickly go through and add on these clones and just kind of fill in this background. Alright, so that's looking pretty good as it is. I'm going to stop cloning now, and yeah, we've got this looking really good. So I'm going to do the next step and jump into the editor. So what we can do now is basically start animating this. Okay, so the closer this object or any layers that you have are to the left over here, it will basically mean that it's close to the camera. So when you move the camera, if I set the camera over here, you're going to be able to see that it moves really, there's lots of movement in there. So usually you want your object to be around kind of this kind of area, depending on how you want to do it. Obviously you can play around with that. But yeah, what we can do now is add some particles. I'm going to click on turn on particles, and I'm going to grab this kind of snow-like one. Maybe bump it up, make it a bit bigger. Yeah, depending on how you like that, you can play around with this. So what we're going to do is just rotate this slightly. I might zoom in a bit more as well. Maybe I'll come across from the right as well. So like this. Okay, cool. And then what I want to do is add a keyframe by clicking on this button here. And this is going to set our next position. So we're going to zoom in now. What you can also do is if you select the camera, go to settings, you can also use these options over here to make things a lot faster. But I'm just going to quickly play around with this. So I'll just zoom it and rotate it slightly, drag it across maybe as well. Okay, something like that. So let's just preview what that looks like. Okay, cool, that's looking really good. One other thing as well that you can do is with your keyframe selected, you can adjust the easing of your camera animation. So you can see what that looks like with this preview. We've got different animation presets like this. So let's say I'm going to go with something like, let's try Power 2 and play this one through. So it kind of starts off slow, speeds up, and then it slows down as well like that. And then what I want to do is just double click here and go to reset camera, and it's going to make it zoom straight out. Okay, maybe I'll bring it up like so. So it slowly comes in, speeds up, slows down, and then it's just going to zoom out quite quickly. Okay, So what you can also do is adjust the duration of your timeline by simply dragging out this total duration, and you can make it however long you want your video to be. I might bring this down slightly like this. And yeah, this is how you can go through and create your video animations with this nice kind of snow effect. You can add other things like effects. We've got overlays, like light leaks and things like that. You may want to add some text. Also, if you want to resize your canvas, well, you can make sure to select the layers. It's a lot easier to adjust the resolution. And let's say, for example, you want a square one for Facebook, you can go through and select that and go down editing. And there we go. We've got a nice zoom effect on the snow-like background. Cool, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure to download this image and try it yourself. And yeah, have fun creating.